In my last video, there were a lot of comments from students that there are no jobs in the UK, there are no visa sponsorship jobs, there are only jobs for carer, nurses, or doctors. However, today I have invited an international student who managed to get not only job but visa sponsorship job. So I'm going to introduce him to you guys. But before that, if you guys want to study abroad in any of these countries, make sure to fill the form from the link provided in my video description so that my team can reach out to you. So now it's time to introduce you to Harsha. Hi Harsha, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
My name is Harsha. I'm basically from Hyderabad, from Andhra Pradesh. Today I'm here to share about my experience in UK from student to coming into a job profile. So I came to UK on October 2020 intake. So has pursuing for MBA, Masters in Business Administration in Banking and Finance. Before coming to that, I would like to tell you what kind of experience I've got back in India. So I've completed my bachelor's in commerce in 2016. And after that, I ended up getting a job in Wipro Technologies as market data analyst and supporting for the client Royal Bank of Scotland. Why I'm telling this because that is the main reason why I ended up in UK. So being a commerce student, you have a minimal kind of opportunities you see outside. So if you're a commerce student, what do you have to do next? Like either you have to prepare for prelims or for government jobs, or else you have to go into land up somewhere in normal, I would say like basic financial banking jobs.
Yeah.
So you don't have much of knowledge about it, like even in your university as well back in India, they don't give us much of exposure.
Yeah.
But being a commerce student, it has got its own exposure. Like you see, there are a lot of things we can do in finance background and banking sector, not only being in the front end sectors. I would say like working in Wipro gave me a lot of knowledge. I worked for Royal Bank of Scotland as a market data analyst, where I came to know about what exactly the banking sector is, like what business they do, and all these things. So that made me to drive through the finance field and thought like I'll do some masters in according to that. So that is how I ended up. And unfortunately, we got pandemic. That's where I thought like when you see the exposure, you see the news, everything, you know that it's going to be a long time. And I thought this is the right time for me to invest on education. So like it's 2 years, nothing gonna change. Markets are falling apart. So I thought like it's a good time to invest on study, nothing else. So you can get some degree.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your introduction. How many years of experience did you have in Wipro before you moved to the UK?
I've got almost 3.5 years of experience in Wipro.
And from your experience as a commerce student, what kind of courses do you think you can recommend my audience?
Students can even go for statistics and economics and governance. I would say these are the major core subjects. Like someone who is much more keen interested in terms of economy, in terms of financial sectors, I would cut short say that please go through the articles, news, and the courses which you can get. You can see the business itself. It's all about you're learning about the business, nothing else. So you're learning about your country's economy or the world's economy. It's all putting into the books. That's it. All you need to have like a bit more of exposure about what we are doing, what they want to become. So for me, in my case, it is like I know what I want to become. I know which fields I'm interested in. But the only thing is like how. That question always raises me because you see so many things. Because being in Indian as a student or whatever, then a rookie for the companies, you ended up being an engineer or doctor because these are the most popular courses you always get. Like you have become an IT engineer or these things. Finance background is always like pressurized. You become chartered accountancy. You get only that thing, company secretary, all these kind of certifications people tell us to do. But there are a lot more than that, which needs to be, we need to just go and dig out much more about finance and banking sectors. You will see some amazing, job opportunities there, like the taxations and all audit and all. Of course, they need big kind of courses to perform, but it has got its own research to be.
So one of the reasons why I'm interviewing you on my channel is because I want you to motivate other students. So I had been getting a lot of comments from other students who are struggling big time in the UK, not only to find a job, but also to find visa sponsorship job. So from our offline conversation, I already know you have landed a visa sponsorship job. But first I'm going to ask, during your part-time when you were studying and you were allowed to do 20 hours of part-time job, what kind of jobs did you do?
When I came to UK, so I would like to share before this, I would like to share and also make it very clear for the newcomers to the UK that please be very careful before you choosing any course. So I've noticed a lot of students here, like recently few of my juniors as well, they just choose a subject called MBA and they came to UK. And come on, don't do that mistake. Please do some research, because like MBA is just only the I would say like it's a course. That's it. You have got so many other courses, fields in MBA as well, like MBA Finance, Human Resources, and you got even governance in that. So many different fields are there. Please do research about it, because you have to know before coming into stepping into UK. UK studies are not going to be very easy. You're not going to crack. You have to be almost score very nicely, like distinction almost. Merit doesn't help you as well.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like you have to be in that cut short mindset. But please make sure that get a lot of counselings, visit a lot of counseling people, try to understand what they're telling. Please have a proper structure plan before entering to the UK, because this is very important when you're choosing something in masters, especially in management field. I've seen so many people telling that I would like to become an HR, but I've taken an MBA. But you will be in the MBA, particularly in the module, you'll have only one subject recording to the related to HR. Yeah, but you end up not doing what you have to do, because after completion of your masters, the candidate don't know which job he has to land in. So that is the main problem, I would say. Well, coming back to your question, so I came here in October 2020, the first pandemic here. So everything was locked down. So it was very, very difficult situation. I applied for scholarship fee. Fortunately, I got scholarship as well. I've given some interviews, have to go through all the things. I've tried almost everything to minimize my uni fee. So that's one good thing which has happened to me. But and the next thing, when I came to UK initially, the university of course supported me all the ways, like regarding the accommodation and all these things. The studies were good. We were having hybrid, few days of face-to-face, few days of online classes, which is not expected by me coming to abroad and having online classes. But still, it is what it is. But then when coming to the part-time jobs, which is the major issue, I would say. So we had like 10% of jobs that time to go and all. None of them was hiring us. I approached all the job agencies which were there. There was no luck for me during pandemic time. And then it took almost 6 months of time for me to get a job, a part-time job itself, like initially, but because of the pandemic. But if you ask me now, what I would suggest to my fellow mates who are coming to UK, I would say like, please do reach out each and every agencies which are providing jobs here. Your resume must be in every agency. You should reach out to each and every agency. Call every week. Doesn't matter you're calling them every week. You don't feel offended. You just call them and ask for opportunities. That is what you have to do for the part-time jobs. You have to, your resume should be in each and every agency, so that whenever there is an opportunity, which will strike for you. So initially I worked as a food processor. I worked in a warehouse where I used to work on this food packing and all this stuff. And eventually then I moved to has engraving artists for jewelries, but it's all slow process. You have to keep on applying when you're doing for part-time jobs. I know it's very, this is not something which you are used to in India. You never hardly work do this job, this kind of jobs. But when you come to UK, it's a different life. You have to be on your own. You have to keep that in mindset. No one gonna look after you. You have to be very pre-planned about your finances and everything. And so that is a case. One more thing I would like to say, like, I had a mindset like I'm only eligible for 20 hours. So I thought like I should do only 20 hours. I don't want to be too much greedy after and a lot of money during my study time. So I would request everyone, please utilize this study time properly only for studies, not for money, because grades are very important here. And if you mess up with your grades, it doesn't help you in career wise, because grades are distinction only can give you something here, because people do see here while hiring what is your qualification, especially when I have done masters here. I'll tell you later about what happened in my interview process also as well. And this is a waste. So what I've done is like I only managed to work 20 hours in a week, and the rest I was concentrating on my studies as well and assignments and all these things. So make sure you work for only 20 hours.
Thank you very much, Harsha. I think you have touched upon all the good points or the pain points that students should know. And I had been trying to scream through all my videos to educate students, but I still constantly get messages that there are no jobs at all. And I had been telling there are jobs if you apply with the right strategy and if you have the right skill set. Of course, if people come and do a generic course, it will be very difficult for them to break into this market unless until they have a niche. So thank you for sharing your story. So tell me, what was your biggest challenge so far in the UK?
I would say like everyone, even I'll say about the job opportunities, getting a job opportunities.
How did you break that obstacle? Sorry to cut you.
It's like after 6 months of my education, like in between of my education, like masters. So I started applying. They were my professors who are giving us these job sessions and all, like how to crack a jobs, how to build your resumes and all these things. but they never show us like where are the opportunities. It is our duty to find out
Yeah.
what opportunities we need to dig out. So after the 6 months of my education, I started applying for internships, apprenticeships, and all. I keep on applying for them for the next year.
Yeah.
So I would suggest everyone start off the first 6 months. It is only your free time. Whatever you have to do, you have to set up yourself, prepare a proper structure, and then start actioning after 6 months for the next year itself. So it's all always pre-planned. You have to be pre-planned because you have got. I'm not sure. Like after in this 1 year, I don't think we'll get a sponsorship job. Definitely, we'll end up landing in PSW. That is for sure. But at least if you get some internships in big companies, and which will be easy for you to end up in getting into a sponsorship after the internship. Probably you will be, and they might hire you for the permanent employee, and they can give you the sponsorship. That is what happened to me. So I keep on applying for the jobs and all. And fortunately, I was, after my education, after completion of my dissertation, I got a job in Bristol as a business development executive for a company called Praise. So that is my first job, but they were not sponsoring me, unfortunately. But still, I was not down that time. I know sponsorship is important for me, but still, there is something in my mind that there is PSW for me, which is for 2 years. So I ended up doing that job, but still on the other side, I was keep on applying the jobs. And there again, I followed the same procedure which I followed for the part-time jobs. Then I prepared a different resume, attended a lot of sessions like you guys in YouTube and all, seeing how to build resumes and all way to apply. And I made sure in Bristol, there are almost like 27 agencies which give you the jobs. They're not giving you the jobs with sponsorship, but they do have the jobs openings with the big companies that you have to market. Then I got my PSW. Trust me, all 25 agencies have my resume, which I'm proud of. Like that's what I'm telling you. You should market yourself. There is no one to figure it out from LinkedIn or somewhere. You have to market yourself as much as you can. So I made sure my resume goes with all the agencies, and they called me up for BNP Paribas. Luckily, that is my turnaround, I would say. Like, so I struggled almost 6 to 7 months of the job, working as a business development executive. It's not the job you're willing to do, but you have to do it for the future's sake. So that's what I've done. And I ended up landing in BNP Paribas in a banking company, and which is almost my dream come true. That is the step. Initially, the agreement was like a temporary employee. It's a full-time, but it's a temporary employee. So there is no permanent job. But still, that is where you have to show your skills there. I've shown my skills. I've been working to the full of my knowledge and all stuff. And then one thing I learned is like you have to be very communicative throughout your team members and try to know what opportunities there are, what openings are there inside the company. And through that, I applied for a different position called financial analyst, and I got the sponsorship.
That's clever, and that's a very good suggestion as well. The key point which I'm taking for my audience is try to just get an entry to any company, small, big, medium size, doesn't matter, even though that job is not your desired job. And then later on, look for your desired or the end job that you want to do. And if there's internal opening, as an internal candidate, you will always be preferred as compared to the external candidate.
Exactly.
So 1 year before, I interviewed someone who got into Amazon, and the other candidate who told me they were working in Amazon warehouse, and through Amazon jobs, they applied the IT jobs because they had done some kind of courses in IT and they wanted to move into data analyst kind of course. So always try to get into a company and get into any kind of role and then move your step upwards.
I mean, it's all about the priorities which we make. Like our first priority is like we have to stick into the UK and get a sponsorship. So get that first, and then slowly you can approach the limit. That's what.
So Harsha, you had been talking about agencies. How did you find those agencies? Can you just name few agencies, or any students who have to find, how can they find those agencies that you're talking about?
So these agencies are like they don't charge us anything. Like, so what I've done is like through Google, I searched like the job agencies near me. So almost they were like 25, 26. I've been to each and every agency website. I've seen what jobs they do have first. So like the few agencies only give these part-time jobs in the warehouses or shops and all these things. So you can apply to, if you want to do part-time jobs, you can apply them. Or the few agencies which are into the professional jobs like IT jobs and office jobs and the finance jobs, although they won't be hiring very frequently, but you don't know where is the opportunity for you. So there might be opportunity for you from the agencies as well, which is like how I got it. So that's how I landed up. So it's all about Google search I've done. So, but I would say like don't call them, just upload your resume through their website, sign up, and then see the opportunities, what all the opportunities you have there. And if it is relevant for you, just go for it. If it is even not relevant for you at the starting of your career, but still you can do that job, they can hire you. So one thing I noticed in UK is like your education doesn't matter. I've seen the company which I'm working now, all my colleagues are from, let's say, like British. I'm the only Indian in my company, in my branch in Bristol, luckily. So that's where you see, when I see my colleagues, what they studied and all, they were like, trust me, they're bachelors. I'm masters from business and finance and all. They were like, they were in different streams. There was one person, my colleague, she worked in a coffee shop in Costa, and later on she swapped her job. That's it. So you don't know where you end up. So that's what I see that. So there is an opportunity for you. There is always an opportunity for you in the UK. Please don't get degraded. That don't listen to the people who talk negative, because if people are talking negative that we are not getting jobs here, UK is very difficult to get the grades and all. Please don't listen to that, because there is always an opportunity for you to grow in a different careers. If you studied an IT and you want to end up in finance, yes, there is an opportunity for you. Of course, you start with minimal wage, but you will reach definitely in a higher cost if you properly have a plan and all these things. So don't think that will this job suits me or not. It will suit for you definitely, until unless you thoroughly research and you are eligible, you can do it. Definitely you can do that. And coming to the studies, I would say like one thing I would like to tell for the newcomers or else people who are already studying here, please do all your assignments modules by yourself. Trust me. See, I've noticed so many of them coming from India. You spend a lot of money and came to UK for studies, and please try to concentrate only on that. And modules, try to communicate, be more communicative with your professors and all. I think every university has got a lot of groups about how to get a jobs and how to build their resumes and all of future career. Please do approach them, continuously have sessions with them, with your professors, whoever might be. Please do that, because I've noticed a lot of people giving their dissertations and the module assignments to outside and getting them done. Please, you don't learn anything after that. If you are doing a professional course and you're going for that job, when they ask you some questions, you'll end up in Pusham. Trust me, don't do that. But I would say like it is what it is. If you work hard in UK, you definitely get what you need. So UK is not a difficult perspective option to choose. UK is the best option to choose. You have a lot of life here.
Correct. Thank you very much for emphasizing on those points. So whatever you have said is correct. So yes, I know plenty of students, they just give money to someone to do their assignments and they are the one who are struggling. Of course, if you don't do your assignments yourself, you don't know the subject itself, right? How do you even think of passing the interviews? I really don't understand. And networking is very important. Coming to networking. So if you guys want to network with Harsha, so Harsha, do you think you can share your LinkedIn ID or Gmail so that people can reach out to you for any kind of guidance or help?
Yeah, you can reach out to Harsha Obulapuram. I would say like HARSHAOBULAPURM. You can just type in LinkedIn. You'll see only me. So no worries about it.
So before we wrap this video, Harsha, do we have any piece of advice for students who are already in the UK or for future students who are planning to come to the UK?
I have only one advice to you guys, like don't panic. That's it. Because like nothing gonna happen. It's same everywhere if you're in abroad. So don't think it's a big milestone, or don't get scared of the government news recently what is happening about the visas, and don't even think about it. If you have a proper structure and plan, you will crack it definitely. So these all are the secondary things. Whatever the happening, the government sanctions and all these things are the secondary things. It is you, even mental side, mental stability. I would say like what you wanna be, and you will be there. Of course, there is a lot of hard work, a lot of restrictions. Will try to try to not to come out of your box, but you have to do it. You have to come out of the box and do a lot of sacrifices and all this, and keep it aside. Just focus on what you want to be. You'll be there, you'll reach there. So but all I can say is like simple, keep it simple, don't be panicked. That's it.
On that note, thank you very much, Harsha, for coming and sharing your journey. And to all the students who are watching this interview, I hope this was informative as well. And I hope Harsha had managed to motivate you guys. If you guys want me to interview more students, please do comment below and I'll try to bring as many students as possible so that you guys can network and you can learn from their journey. Thanks for watching my video till the end. I'll see you guys with my next video soon.